you had to write 1 and 3 in point slope form, which is what it says in the directions. It says write an equation in point slope form from the given information. And 1 and 3 are like what we did on Thursday when we were together. It was like flap number 1, and it gave you a slope and a point. So we are writing it in point slope form, which is just y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So with your marker, make sure that you have this in the middle of your two problems. So for number 1, we're given the slope, we're given the point. So we're going to label our first point x1, y1. That means that we're going to plug those in for x1 and y1. So we're going to say y, and then it's minus a negative 7. So two negatives make a what? Positive. So y plus 7 equals, what's my slope? Negative 5. Awesome. And then parentheses, and we write our x. It's minus a negative 3. So two negatives make a? Positive. So, plus 3. Did anybody get that right this weekend? Hey, 4 people. That's so exciting. Did you guys use your notes to do your homework? It's crazy that you would get it right if you used your notes. It's chaos that I would give you the tools to do what you're supposed to do. Alright, so you always take the opposite of these numbers. So it's a negative 3, so the opposite is plus 3. It's a negative 7, so the opposite is plus 7. And you plug in your slope. Now, given that information, we're going to come over here to number 3, and this is x1, y1. So who thinks, by raising their hand, they can tell us how we would start off number 3? Caitlin? We would start with a y. Now what would we put next?
Plus 3.
Why would we put plus 3?
Because it's a negative and a negative.
Yes, because it's a negative and a negative. So it would be y minus a negative 3. And that would change it to a plus. Equals. All right, what would we write next? 1/3. Okay. Who thinks they can tell me what to do next? Raise your hand. Carolina? Parentheses and then an x. All right, what would come next? Raise your hand. Hannah? -2. Why is it a -2 there?
Positive.
Because it's a positive, so you take the opposite. All right, so let's make a note right here that says take the opposite of the points. So if I gave you a positive 3 and a positive 7, would this be a plus 7 or a minus 7?
What? Minus.
It would be a minus because we take the opposite, right?
Yes.
All right, if this was a positive 3, what would this be?
Minus.
A minus because we take the opposite. Now, let's go back and look at our notes. So just looking at the homework that y'all wrote up there, we're going to review this just a little bit more because it wasn't pretty. So point slope form means that you just write it with a point and the slope. That's it. That's all you do. Does anybody think they may have seen this formula somewhere else before? It's not. We've seen it before. Maybe we'll see it in a minute. Yes. It's the slope formula, and all we did was multiply both sides by x minus x1. That's it. So its slope formula is just rewritten. So,
Is that what we're going to do on the next one?
well, yes.
What it be at?
Kind of.
This actually
Where's the B at? It went away.
In the hive.
Yeah, we went to the hive. Alright, so what I want you to do, we're going to call this A. So that we can practice further, I want you to please write -6, 9, and a slope of 5/8. So what I want you to do now is I want you to please write in point slope form an equation that goes through this using point slope form, which you have right here. So write this down and then write an equation in point slope form. If you need to talk to your group, talk to your group. Not just saying, hey, if you need to talk to your group about the problem.
Sorry.
Alright, so hopefully by now we are done.
How about the glue?
The blue?
The glue.
The glue? Yes. Alright, so you should have labeled X1, Y1. Now, everybody needs to label. Because even though you may be the greatest point slope writer that has ever entered this math classroom, you still need to label so that you understand what's happening. I want to see you label. Now our formula is Y minus Y1. So is it going to be Y minus 9 or plus 9? Minus 9, because it's the opposite of our number. This is a positive 9, so the opposite is minus 9. Equals M. What's our slope? Parentheses. What comes next? Now, is it going to be plus 6 or minus 6? Plus 6. Alright, so let's put a star right here. Right. No. Because you take the opposite of this. So the opposite of positive is negative. So you write the opposite sign of the point. So if it was a -5, you would put a +5. If it was a negative rainbow, you would put a plus rainbow. If it was a horseshoe, you would just write minus horseshoe. Now, does the sign of the slope change or stay the same?
Stay the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sign of slope stays the same. Do we need to do one more? We think we're okay.
We're okay.
Would anybody like one more? Yes? Okay. We'll do una más, and then we're moving on. So write this fast. Somebody who wants to practice. It's okay. No judgment. All God's children.
Oh, that's fine.
5. All right. We're going to call this B. I want you to write it through -7, -10, with a slope of -15. Okay, do your problem, and then you have to do your push-ups.
Okay, I'll make sure she remembers.
She did. I wrote this at the top of my foldable, just to let you guys know. I just moved my foldable down and wrote it at the top. I did not flip pages. 20 more seconds. Let's go. We can do this. When you hear the sound, stop.
I hear it. I heard it twice. I heard it 3 times. That's impossible.
All right. Mackenzie, tell me how you started the problem. Y plus 10. All right, Mitchell, what did you write next? Look at your paper, baby. Tell me what you wrote next.
I didn't work it out. I thought we just wrote down the problem.
So she gave us like.
Okay, team, help him. Y'all are whispering at me.
Negative 15.
Negative 15. And what comes after negative 15?
Open parentheses.
Parentheses. And then?
X
And then?
plus
And then?
7.
Look at us go. Can we handle writing in point slope form? Okay, are we ready? It's still pretty easy what we're doing next, just to let y'all know. Doesn't get much harder. So, we have now been given a slope and a point, and we wrote in point slope form. Next, we are going to be given, it's going to pass through 2 points. 2 points. So, what do we not have this time?
Slope.
What do we need to find?
Slope.
What do we know the formula of? Look at us go. So label x1, y1, x2, y2. Step 1, slope. Who remembers the slope formula? And do not say y equals mx plus b.
y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x.
Yes, m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Y'all remember us doing that last week? And the week before? And the week before? And the week
Well, no, not
before?
the week before. The week before the week before, we were actually not even here.
Oh, that is very true.
We're actually more of last year.
Okay. All right, so what is y2, Tater Tots?
Y2 was negative
All right, so we would do negative 9 minus what?
negative 7.
Minus 7, okay? And then what's x2?
Negative 8.
Minus?
4.
Okay, awesome. So all we did was we plugged in our points. Now, who can tell me what negative 9 minus 7 is?
Negative 16.
And what's negative 8 minus 4?
Negative 12.
Now, remember, we reduce fractions. We don't turn it into a mixed number.
Negative 4.
Now, stop. 2 negatives make a what?
Positive.
A positive. So what number goes into both 16 and 12?
4.
All right, so let's write divided by 4 right here and right here.
What 2 going to 2?
We're the biggest number, though.
Oh.
But yes, 2 does. All right, now, what is 16 divided by 4?
4.
What is 12 divided by 4? 3. So our slope
Would it be negative 4 divided by negative 3 or negative
is
4?
4 thirds. It would just be 4 thirds. Because 2 negatives make a positive. So when you do a negative divided by a negative, that turns it into a positive fraction. I know, it's chaos.
That is just blasphemous.
So if step 1 is finding your slope, what is step 2?
Finding your
Dignity.
Wait,
Finding
what?
Okay.
Trying to be the point.
What do the directions ask us to do?
Write the equation and wind that back.
And what type of equation have we been writing? Alright, so point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
Wait, yeah, we just did it for homework.
Yeah, we did. Now, do we know what our x1, y1 is?
No.
Yes, it told us that up here. We labeled it. So what's our y1? And so would we write minus 7 or plus 7? Minus 7, because you take the opposite. All right, what's our slope that we just found?
4 thirds.
X minus what?
4.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Hey.
I'm pausing. 25. The homework's going to be finished in the rest of the page. We're not done, Tater Tots. Now, in your group, if you have any questions, discuss with your group what one question is, and then your group raise your hand so I can call on you. Then you're good. Then hold up your green. If you don't have a question, hold up your green. What's your question?
So you find the slope first.
Because we're not Jefferson County. What's y'all's
So
question?
we find the slope first, and then we
Yes, I have not dismissed you. Stop. Your homework for tonight is the rest of this page, and I want you to try and graph.
Oh God.
Graph at least number 1 and number 3.
So I'm gonna sit there for about 2 minutes.
I'm coming in here tomorrow.
0 period tomorrow. Have a good day. Make good choices. Be good people.
What's that, Barry?
Yes.
I hope you end up having a great day.
My day has been fantastic.